Realistically, Anna, if we can't get this to move in the next 24 hours, he could die from this.
On this week's Bondi Vet Top 5.
I feel a huge responsibility to get him back to her.
Can you come here? This way. Oh, she's very wobbly.
Yeah.
No worries. A pleasure to meet her today.
Number 5.
At the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH, concerned owner Sean has brought in 5-year-old Frankie.
In the last couple of days, we've noticed that she's presenting with basically a loss of the ability to walk and maintain her balance. It's a bit painful to watch, so we thought we'd bring her and get her fixed up.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? I'm Sean.
Sean, this must be Frankie.
It is.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, what's going on with her?
She seems to have had a bit of a relapse with some spinal issues.
Okay.
A lot more severe than the first case we've had with her previously.
Okay, so when did it start this time?
Really severely, probably in about 2-3 days ago.
Okay. Well, why don't you pop her down on the ground so I can have a look at her walking around.
Right, there we go.
Can you come here? This way. Oh, she's very wobbly.
Yeah. She's never been that bad before. Come here, Frank.
It's worrying how Frankie is stumbling and falling over so often. It's almost as if the nerves from her back legs are not communicating properly with her spine.
Good girl.
That's a girl. She feels her toes very well, which is a good sign. But she's certainly falling all over the place and something's not working. Now, the most likely thing that she's got is a slipped disc because she's of the breed that gets those sorts of things, but I can't rule out something else, something more sinister.
Yeah, okay.
Frankie will need an immediate CT scan so Lisa can work out which part of the spine is affected.
You're going to give Dad a little cuddle?
Too stressed to give me a cuddle. You'll be okay, little girl. You'll be okay.
Because Frankie's signs have progressed so rapidly already, my concern is that she's going to deteriorate. If we don't treat her and act quickly, this dog may never walk again.
Come on, darling. Good girl. All right, this is Frankie.
Hello, Frankie.
At SASH, Dachshund Frankie is about to undergo a CT scan. Lisa has called on the expertise of specialist surgeon Sue Kwan.
She's had spinal problems in the past and she's wobbly, she falls over.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do a scan.
Perfect.
Because Frankie's deteriorating rapidly, we have to do a CT scan right away. Firstly, to work out exactly where the problem is and make sure that it's nothing more sinister like a tumour.
Oops, there we go.
There it is. That's a pretty simple diagnosis, isn't it?
Looking at Frankie's CT, it's pretty obvious that she's got a slipped disc. It's squashing about 60 to 70% of her spinal cord, and I can't believe that this dog can still walk.
That's significant. If we don't treat that quickly, she could be permanently paralysed.
Frankie's devoted owner Sean has already given the go-ahead for immediate surgery.
She's a massive part of our lives, so as soon as something was wrong with her, we didn't really hesitate. It was just get something done to help her.
Let's go. Hey, let's get you fixed up.
Unfortunately, Frankie is prone to an early degeneration of her discs. The material of the disc becomes thick and calcified, and in this case has popped out of its capsule and is now slipped and squashing her spinal cord. We're going to try and remove that disc material and try and relieve the pressure on her spinal cord. Now, it's not a straightforward surgery, but it is Frankie's only chance at being able to walk normally again.
Specialist surgeon Sue Kwan is performing the delicate procedure.
All right. Incision.
It's always a little nerve-wracking watching a spinal surgery from outside because I know how small the area is that they're working in, and one wrong move could be catastrophic.
Just dissecting the muscle of the vertebra. There we go. There's a view. So, 13, 12, 11. Count 3 times, cut once. Do not want to cut at the wrong spot.
It's just pace by pace.
Sue has to be really careful here because if she drills too far, she could drill right into the spinal cord, permanently paralysing Frankie.
Whoa, look at that. Got whole chunks of this material.
Now to the delicate task of carefully scooping out the disc material that's squashing Frankie's spinal cord and causing her so much distress.
All right, that's pretty good. Sitting better now. There's no way this dog could not feel better after this. So it's gone really well, all things considered. We removed a large amount of disc material. Spinal cord appears decompressed. There's nothing pressing up against it. There's no major hemorrhage. So we're going to close up, and then it's 6 weeks of cage rest and hope for the best.
After spinal surgery, there's a lot of inflammation and animals can actually get worse before we see any sign of improvement. She's going to be in a lot of pain, but thankfully we've given her an epidural and some pretty strong pain relief, and I just hope that when she wakes up, we're going to see some progress.
Good, Frankie. Good girl. Sweetheart. Hi. Hey, you're a good girl. How you doing? How you going? Hey?
Frankie has now woken up after the marathon surgery earlier today on her back.
Girl, you feel better? You're talking a lot. Hey? I've got a visitor for you. Hey? Want to come see who's here?
Owner Sean is desperate to see how his precious little girl is recovering.
Hey, you want to see Dad? Come on. Hi.
Hey.
Look who's here.
Hey, little cow.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm just a bit sleepy on her pain relief. You're talking to Daddy. Hey, what you saying?
Oh. Don't usually hear those sorts of noises, do we? Hey?
It's only been 12 hours and Frankie is already up and about after major spinal surgery. It always amazes me how resilient animals like this are. She wants to get better and she's going to do everything she can to do just that.
So this is a powdered sling. I pop that under her belly. So she wants to walk, which is great. But I'm not going to let her go to full steam yet because we want to make sure she takes it slow. Frankie, come to Dad.
Frankie.
Come on, honey. So that's a really great sign. I mean, it is early days and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So we're just going to take it one day at a time.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. I know you don't want to, but I'm going to take you back to bed. Okay?
Frankie.
You say bye to Daddy and you see him later.
You'll be okay. Okay? Come see you tomorrow.
Come on with me. Girl. Stop talking.
Look at you!
Owner Sean is eager to see his little girl.
No doubt she'll be wanting to jump off 6-foot tall buildings as soon as we get home, and it's just a matter of making sure that we look after her as best we can.
Look who's there.
Hey, little cow. Hello. Hello. How's she going?
Looks pretty good, doesn't she?
Yeah.
You got to see her walk. Yeah, she's got her spirit back.
Yeah. Hey.
That's for sure.
Hey.
Frankie, let's show Dad what you can do. You ready? Slowly. Slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly.
Frankie. Frankie's just as pumped as what she usually is when she sees us. The tail's going a million miles an hour. She looked great. She's really good. Ready to go home, Frank? Yeah? I reckon the tail says yes.
So she talks with the tail, that's for sure.
Cow in there, little cow.
Well, we'll miss you. We'll miss you around here. You're full of personality, that's for sure. You call us if you need anything.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thanks for your help, Lisa.
No problem.
Come on, cow.
Frankie's a really lucky dog, but I think a big part of it is that Sean's such a great owner. I think the combination of the two of them makes Frankie destined to recover.
Hey, good cow.
Number 4.
Oh, you lovely boy.
Next day, Scott's
You're
nurse
feeling
Jess
good.
has his latest
Not
patient waiting.
yourself.
Hey Jess, what have we got?
Hi, Scott. We've got a really poorly puppy here.
Poorly puppy.
He's been vomiting a lot and diarrhea.
Oh dear, and do we think that he's eaten something silly or
Well, apparently he's quite the scavenger,
is he?
so that is a possibility.
Okay, I don't know how you even reach a bin. Look how short you are. Hey, so what's his name?
His name's Colin.
Colin! Oh, Colin, that's a fantastic name. All right, mate, well, let's have a little look at you. So he still seems pretty bright, which is good, doesn't it?
Puppies use their mouth to explore their environment and they chew a lot and very often they swallow things. So to have a sore tummy out of the blue means very likely he's chewed something and swallowed it when he shouldn't have.
All right, let's bring you around here. Have a cuddle with Auntie Jess and have a little feel back here. Yeah, and he's definitely tense in his abdomen. Really sore. Oh, you don't like that, do you, mate? You don't like that. No, you don't.
Because we don't know what Colin's potentially swallowed, this is an emergency situation. We don't know if he has swallowed something toxic or something sharp, but either way we need to understand exactly what it is and work out how best to treat it.
Do a little x-ray and have a little look what's inside your tummy. What have you swallowed, hey? Hey, what have you swallowed?
Upstairs, Colin's owner Susie is anxious about her baby boy. Colin is her very first puppy, and she's had him for just 6 months.
I've always wanted a miniature Dachshund puppy, and my husband bought Colin for me, and he was the best Christmas present I've ever had. And he was born on our wedding anniversary, so that seemed to make him extra special. Well, I'm very, very nervous about the whole thing, but I think he's in good hands, so we hope for the best.
X-ray.
Good boy, well done. That's not too bad, was it?
Good
Okay,
boy.
let's do it.
You were so good. Such a good boy.
Poor boy. Hi there, Susie. Do you want to come down and see your boy?
A few things to talk about. Looking at these x-rays, it's very clear what the problem is. There is a dense piece of material in his stomach. It's about the density of his vertebrae, so very clearly it's likely to be bone, but it's present in his stomach and hasn't moved. So he is a dog that tends to eat things he shouldn't, is that right?
Well, he's so low down on the ground that unfortunately he hoovers everything up, so...
Yes, without you being able to say anything otherwise. Yeah, it's completely fair enough. So you can see the problem here is that this is bone. It could have got down the stomach. The stomach's like a sink, but the concern is can it get further down? Because if it does, his intestine is about that wide. So what I'm worried about is that that will then lodge. And if it lodges, that's a major concern because then he can get perforations of the intestine, he can get peritonitis. Things go from bad to worse very, very quickly.
Yeah.
The second thing is if I try and make him vomit that, it can cause major injury because it'll come up with force.
Right.
So we can't have it come up, we can't allow it to go down, we're in a bit of a pickle. And we've given him some medication to try and make him a bit happier, but he isn't going to be happy really.
Until it's removed.
Exactly. It's very obvious the close relationship between Susanna and Colin, and he is just a baby. He's her baby, and she loves him dearly. And the last thing she wants to do is to put him through surgery, but she knows he's in danger, and I do need to do it. All right, Susie, all the best. See you later. Bye.
I just feel absolutely dry-mouthed and sweaty palmed, and I'm just really sorry he's got to go through all this. I really wish he didn't.
Oh, baby. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Let's see Mummy again soon. You should move. All right, little man. It's the moment of truth. Yes. Okay, you're going to forgive me?
In Richmond, Scott is preparing pint-sized patient Colin for surgery.
Good boy.
The miniature Dachshund has what looks like a dangerous fragment from a cooked bone lodged in his abdomen. It's in so deep surgery is the only way to get it out safely.
Colin's a very little dog, and as a result, all of his structures are a little bit smaller, so sometimes that can present a challenge. But I think more just the fact that he's just a baby, it's quite heartbreaking. He's just a little puppy. He doesn't deserve to go through this so early on in his life, but it has to be done. Good boy. Come on then. Good lad. Angry. It's red and inflamed, so something's upsetting it. James, mate, do you mind just putting on a pair of gloves and just put in mine a couple of stay sutures just to go fishing?
Before starting to retrieve the bone, Scott needs an extra pair of hands and calls in vet James to help with the delicate surgery.
I've placed 2 stay sutures. They're kind of like shopping bag handles. And what I'll do is pass them to James, who will hold them up for me. And it just means that once I cut through into the stomach, the contents in there won't leak out. Okay, so I'm just about to go into the stomach now, Jess, all right? If I can find that, then I've done my job. Just a little bit at the moment. Opening up Colin's stomach and looking inside, unfortunately, it's not that eureka moment where you find the nugget of gold. Instead, there were small pieces of bone which had accumulated together to look like a large piece that was present on the X-ray. Swallowing bone, you think, is quite a natural behaviour, but when it's cooked, it becomes far more brittle, is harder to absorb, and as a result, it's like trying to pass little pieces of razor blade, so very, very painful. But I can't find anything too big in here, so that's good.
With all the bone fragments removed, the surgery is almost over.
Nice one, James. Thanks for that. No problem. Cheers. Okay, so Jess, we're just going to do a good flush and a clean and then close our boy up. Thankfully, now it's all out, the stomach can settle down and Colin should make a full recovery. Hi. There's Mummy. Oh, wow. Let me give him to you.
Oh, goodness me.
He's just been such a lovely patient. Yeah, I think we've all fallen in love with him, to be honest.
I know, I don't deserve him. He really is a special little boy.
Well, we can take him, is it?
No.
Okay.
I will fight you for him. Anyway, but thank you so much. I'm really
No worries. So he will take a while to come right. He just needs a little bit more love and attention. So he's going to stay here.
Yeah.
And then he can go home when he's comfortable tomorrow.
Okay. I can't believe how well he looks. He's very sleepy, obviously, but he's just looking so good. I'm so relieved.
All right, well, I have to take him back now. Yeah. And we will see you tomorrow once you're feeling a bit brighter. Hey.
Yeah, you take care.
Say bye, Mummy.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, Susie. Take
Thanks
care.
so much.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. You got your voice back. You want to see Mummy? You want to see Mummy? Mummy. Where's that Mummy? Where's that Mummy? Hey?
Miniature Dachshund pup Colin is also fully recovered from the surgery to remove dangerous bone fragments from his stomach.
Come on then. Yeah, come on. Let's go find that Mummy. Come on, sweet boy. Come on. It's really great with Colin that we have understood what the problem was, we've isolated it, and then removed it quickly. So we've given this little dog a lot of comfort, and now we can send him home happy and healthy to his loving mum. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, there he is. Look at that tail go. Oh, I love my mummy. Well, as you can see, he's doing a lot better. He's much brighter. Yeah. He's done so well, and he's been such a brave little patient, and we've all fallen quite in love with him. So you're actually quite lucky that you're getting him back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's just great having him back now. I'm so relieved and so happy, I can't tell you. We're going to be so careful now with him. I can't believe that he ate all that rubbish. And we're going to have to watch him like a hawk, but it's just a big weight off my mind.
Hey, but now it's time to go home. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Oh, my goodness. Colin's a puppy, and puppies like to try different things, particularly on the dietary front. I'd love to think that he's learned from his mistakes, but he probably hasn't. Oh, bless you.
Okay.
All right, see you
Take
later,
care.
Susie. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Take
see
care.
you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So cute.
This week's number 3.
It's the beginning of the workday for Dr. Kate Adams, the owner of Bondi Veterinary Hospital.
Shake. Yeah. Okay, ready? And down. Looking after animals that are sick and then nursing them back to health, saving their lives. The satisfaction that you get from that and the feeling that you get from that is the best.
What?
Today, British expat Anna is arriving with her much-loved Dachshund, Gary.
You all right, sweetie? What have you done to yourself, Gary? Gonna find out.
The 3-year-old has been brought into the Bondi clinic after developing a mysterious illness overnight.
I took him for a walk last night and basically then he's been really sick this morning, so I was kind of worried straight away and thought he'd need some kind of injection or pills.
Gary! What's happened to you, Gary?
He's been really sick today. I woke up this morning and he's vomited all over the living room about 4 times.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He doesn't want to walk.
Gary is definitely not looking like a happy dog. It means that we have to investigate. We need to go and find out what's actually going wrong with Gary's tummy. You've got to feel sorry for the little guy. So tell me, what's been going on?
He won't eat, he won't drink and do anything.
And the vomit, is there food in the vomit or is it just...
There was 2 mounds of vomit, which looked like Weetabix.
Like Weet-Bix you eat for breakfast, Weet-Bix?
Weet-Bix, yeah.
Right.
Gary and Anna moved from the UK to Australia just 2 months ago.
You're an English dog, all the way from England.
Yeah. He's like my son, has travelled around the world with me, so it's been quite a little journey.
Now you're a Bondi dog.
Yeah, now he's a Bondi babe.
Can you think of anything that he might have eaten out of the ordinary?
Yeah, we went for a walk on the beach. I did notice that he had found like an ice cream tub.
Like on the sand?
On the sand, yeah.
Right, okay. That's not good. Your first day at the beach. I've never met a Dachshund that doesn't love to eat. And those guys will literally, nose on the ground, will eat anything that they possibly can get their hands on. We could be dealing with some kind of horrible bacteria, or it could be something as serious as having an obstruction. What we need to do as a matter of priority is figure out what else is going on here. He's really dehydrated, so I'm going to put an IV in just so we can get some fluid into him. We'll take it from there.
I'm really, really worried about Gary and I don't really know what's going to happen. You're a good boy. Love you. Thank you.
See you, Anna.
See you later.
Speak to you soon.
Okay. He's never been this sick before, ever. And I'm really worried.
If we're dealing with something serious, it may be that Gary actually has to have some surgery. He's so sick. Yeah, you're all right, mate. You got a sore tummy, mate. I know you got a sore tum. Let's just take a quick temperature. Bit high. Let's have a feel of his tummy. We know that he's a scavenger. He's a Dachshund. I mean, this could be anything. Definitely got something in there. What is that? Franny, I don't think this is ice cream.
What have you eaten, huh?
Feeling Gary's tummy, you can feel a mass. There's something in that stomach. Yeah, let's get him on some pain relief and let's get an x-ray. Let's go find out what's going on.
Sounds good.
At its very worst, this could be serious obstruction. This may be something that we end up having to go in surgically to fix. And if that's the case, this is pretty bad for Gary. Okay, ready, Franny?
X-rays.
Wow, this is not what I expected. Looking at these x-rays, I can see straight away what Gary's problem is here. So this is what we could feel when we felt that tummy. And that could be really serious for Gary. The white mass on those x-rays, it can really only be one thing, through here. So now, we've taken some x-rays.
Yeah.
And this is what we've got. This is an intestine.
Yeah.
And this, all this white in here, this is all sand. A bucket of sand.
Oh my God.
I ate
Gary.
sand. And now we have a blockage. If you can imagine, you've got sand and it's kind of wet in there and it basically becomes like concrete. It means that nothing can actually go through, and that's why we're seeing the vomiting.
If the sand ruptures his intestines, Gary's life will be in danger.
Oh my gosh.
Right? This is most likely a surgical problem.
Sorry, I didn't expect you to say all this. I'm a bit in shock.
Surgery is a big deal for a little dog. But if we wait, we risk that intestinal wall breaking down and rupturing. If that happens, we're in a completely different situation to what we're in right now. The second option is that we try and see if we can't get some of this sand to move. Realistically, Anna, if we can't get this to move in the next 24 hours, he could die from this.
I don't want him to have surgery. I'd rather see if we can flush it out somehow.
You're right in not underestimating the size of this surgery.
Yeah.
So let's give this 24 hours, but in 24 hours, if this has not shifted,
then we'll have to go to surgery.
We go in.
Okay. I did not expect to hear that he would have to go into surgery at all, and also just really worries me because then he'd have to recover from an operation.
You be brave. Love you.
Gary means everything to me, and I wouldn't want to be without him.
Thank you. See you soon.
I'd be completely devastated. Fingers crossed.
Come on, little mate. Let's see if we can get this moving. There you go, darling.
Kate needs to help Gary pass the sand quickly, otherwise his prospects are not looking good.
You want this? Yes.
The most important thing is getting him hydrated.
There we go. This could be that in 24 hours we're dealing with a dog that's likely to die. So it's a 50-50 chance here. Come on. Only time is going to tell us.
"24 hours have passed and Kate is hopeful there's been progress getting the sand in Gary's stomach moving in the right direction.
We've just taken another X-ray on Gary. Yesterday we saw the sand all gathered up around this area. Today what we can see is it's started to move. It's travelled all the way down. So what we can do here is we might even be able to give Gary an enema this afternoon and see if we can't get this to come out the back end, which he's not going to love, poor old Gary, but it's a lot better than having surgery. Let's cross our fingers that that's going to work.
In the examination room, Nurse Francesca readies Gary for his enema.
Time to sort you out.
Come on, little mate.
Come on, darling.
It's going to be super uncomfortable.
Oh, it's got to be done.
Just got to get that little bit out, Chook.
Oh, be over soon. Oh, I know, sweetheart. Oh, dear.
Kate is hoping the injection of fluid will help stimulate Gary's bowel.
There we go. Well done.
Well, there's definitely poo coming down the chute.
Yes.
Now the sand is in the colon. 10 minutes is all we need, and hopefully everything will come out that back end. We just need one really big poo with sand in it.
Can you do that?
Grit and sand. And then we need you to not ever eat sand again.
Yeah.
Because it's been very stressful. Reckon we can do this, kid? You got this.
Pressure's on, mate.
Come on. One big poo.
Come on.
You got this.
Oh, he's sniffing.
Oh.
I feel like he's sniffing. Oh.
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 Yeah, he's definitely got
Oh, he's doing a wee. Number 1. We just need that number 2.
The pressure's on for little Gary. If he can't get the sand out, he may be forced to undergo emergency surgery.
One sandy poop is all we need. Come on, mate.
I just can't poo under this pressure.
Come on. Oh, just one sandy poop is all we need, Gaz.
What I'm really hoping will happen is that Gary does a really big poo and it's full of sand. Because that means that we're well on our way to getting Gary home.
Come on, mate. Come on. No. Oh, I saw some crouching. Oh, I think we are winning.
We've got a poo.
Oh! do a poo dance.
I can't even count the amount of times as a vet that I stood next to an animal and cheered when they've had a bowel movement. Yeah, it's gritty.
Yes.
Amazing. We've got sand and we've got poo. Very happy. Success.
Yay.
Nailed it, Franny.
Yay to pooing.
Come on. Don't leave anything off the ground. Got it?
Ravenous Gary is fed a meal to make sure he can keep his food down and be given the all clear to go home.
Hold your horses. Wow, you look like a different dog today, don't you?
And it's not long before his owner Anna arrives to collect him.
I'm so excited that he gets to come home today and can come back home and he's all better and everything's sorted.
Can you hear your mum outside? Can you hear? Yeah, you naughty little monkey. Oh my gosh, it's so excited. So excited. Ah, Groover. Come on, let's go.
Oh, there he is. Cosy, where are you?
Hi. How are you? Are you better?
There he is. There he is. Oh, how much better do you feel?
Hi.
The reward at the end of all of this hard work is that you get to send an animal home.
Hi. Yeah, hi.
Look how much better he is.
Gary has gone out of this by the skin of his teeth. It could have gone either way, so it's been a really good outcome.
Bunny Bubbles. I do think he is like a magical dog, and a lot of people have said that to me. I'm proud of him, and he's the best dog in the whole world. Couldn't be happier with the result.
Okay, you. No sand eating. Anna, look after him.
I will. Thank you so much for everything.
No worries.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Good boy, Gary. Good boy.
1 week later, after narrowly avoiding surgery to remove sand from his stomach, little Gary is back on his feet and able to enjoy a walk at the beach.
Good boy.
His owner Anna has brought him back to Bondi to see Kate once again.
Oh my goodness, fancy seeing you guys here. Are you looking good?
Yeah, he's really good. He's totally back to normal now. Going forward, I'll always be on the lookout for anything he's eating now, to be honest, even though he gets his way most of the time still.
I've got something for you.
No, it's not.
Wait, ready? Oh, chicken treats! I gave Gary a little treat. I felt bad. He'd spent a lot of time at the clinic, so I thought, you know what? The least I can do is give him a little bit of chicken. See ya.
Thank you so much for everything, and thank you for saving his life.
It was so good to see Gary. He was one sick dog. He's back to his normal, energetic, adventurous little self, and I love to see him like this.
Number 2.
I went out to him and he just didn't want to move, and we tried and he just couldn't walk.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Frederick.
This is Frederick.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Come through, bring him through. Frederick's family are here and they are so distressed about their little dog. He was completely normal last night and this morning he's now paralysed. He's gone downhill pretty quickly. All right. And definitely like no trauma incidents.
No,
she wasn't playing with him, nothing like that, okay? I'm looking at Frederick try and move around the room and he's really not putting any weight on those back legs. He can't use them properly. He is a Dachshund and the top of my list is something like a slip disc, but I can't rule out a trauma, a fracture, some other problem going on in his spinal cord. I need to have a good look at him first. All right, honey, let's see what you can do. See, what he should be able to do is flick those feet back. So I've put them in an abnormal position here. And the feet should be able to flick back into their normal spot.
I love you, Freddy boy.
You see that?
Yeah.
So when I do it with the front legs, he gets up on the table.
Yeah.
When I do it with the back legs,
Yeah.
it's almost like they're not there. So he can feel them, that's a good thing,
Right.
but he can't move them. So the situation we have with him at the moment is that he's showing me signs of spinal disease. Okay. Dachshunds can have an abnormal development of their discs, and those discs can pop out. But if he does have a slip disc, then surgery would be his best chance of being able to walk again. The fact that Frederick's neurological function has deteriorated so rapidly over the space of, say, 2 hours, it means that it could get worse and quickly. And if we don't act now and get to a diagnosis and treatment, he may never walk again.
Stay here. It's just for him to stay in hospital, please.
At Sash, 5-year-old Hope is frightened for her best friend Freddie. The 2-year-old Dachshund has completely lost movement in his hind legs, and Lisa urgently needs to do a CT scan.
I don't want you to go. Sweetheart, you're going to be a bit of a wreck yourself.
Sweetheart. Hey, what are you worried about?
I don't want him to stay here.
Sweetie, do you want to make him a drawing and we can hang it in the cage for him, a special note from you? Would you like to do that? I'm looking at little Hope and she loves Frederick. He is her best friend and her world has just come falling down now that her buddy can't use his legs. She's so worried that he will never walk again.
I'll go and visit him tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to love that, and you can bring him his favourite food.
That's Mum and Dad.
Look, we see lots of tears here at Sash, but when I see a little girl like Hope at the age of 5 sobbing for her best friend, I feel a huge responsibility to get him back to her.
He's going to come back. He'll be back.
Down we go. Good boy.
At Sash, 2-year-old Frederick's CT scan is underway. The much-loved Dachshund has suddenly become paralysed in his back legs. Lisa is hoping the scan will provide answers to his sudden loss of mobility.
We've got to move pretty fast with Freddie because every minute we waste is more of a chance that he may never walk again. So he needs to have a CT urgently. We need to diagnose the problem. There's our problem. We know what's wrong with Freddie. He's got a ruptured disc that is compressing his spinal cord and causing the paralysis.
Lisa calls in help from specialist surgeon Dr. Andrew Marchevsky.
Yeah, well, he's certainly popped a disc. You can see this is the spinal cord here, and all this here, this white stuff, is disc that's come from up here and up into the spinal canal and just compressing the cord. All right, well, I think surgery is certainly the way to go. His cord's really quite badly compressed or squished. We should do it now, because if we wait, his spinal cord's only going to get worse and decreases his chances of recovery.
Okay.
So
Well, let's do it.
At Sash, Freddie's surgery is about to begin. Andrew needs to repair the young Dachshund's slipped disc to give him any chance of walking again.
apart from taking the pressure off his spinal cord, we're going to get in and remove some of the degenerate discs that he's already got from other spots in his spine to hopefully reduce the risk of this happening again to him. Look, spinal surgery is always risky because you're opening up the canal, you're right there at the spinal cord, and it's really delicate. And unless you're really careful, we could actually make him worse, which sounds terrible, but we could. So he's on a knife edge at the moment. Just trying to find that disc material, and there it is. Dirty little stuff. That's just probably, I don't know, a quarter of the amount of stuff that's been sitting around his spinal cord, causing all that pressure to build up.
It's been a tense 2 hours. The delicate surgery is finished, but the outcome is still uncertain.
Really, as careful as I was and always am in spinal surgery, there's always that risk that the spinal cord doesn't like what we're doing to it. So the real risk here is he may get worse. he might lose sensation in his feet. If he does, that's really bad because then it's a real uphill struggle for him.
Frederick, hi, sweetheart. Hey?
At Sash, it's been 24 hours since 2-year-old Frederick underwent major spinal surgery.
I've come to check on my special patient, Freddie, and I want to see how his neurological function is, what he can do, and if he can wag that tail.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey?
Hey.
What can you do by yourself?
I can fall over.
You can fall over. Huh?
Specialist surgeon Dr. Andrew Marchevsky performed Frederick's delicate spinal surgery. He's hoping the 2-year-old will soon be able to walk, but there are no guarantees.
You're just not going to do anything, are you?
Hey, Fred, what's the matter?
So the family want to know if they can visit. You're happy with that?
Yeah, no, that's it'll do him some good. I bet you will see a tail wag then.
I think so. Well, he's got his picture on the wall.
I saw the pictures.
And I think we're going to be getting some more pictures.
More pictures?
Yes.
Excellent.
You can't eat the biscuits, they're for Frederick.
I want to eat the bones.
In reception, Frederick's family, Charlene, Hope and Evelyn, are anxiously waiting to see their beloved Dachshund.
Hope's set up last night and she drew a picture for Frederick, and she also bought him his favourite bones, or his favourite dog biscuits, so hopefully he'll be well enough to have them.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You good?
And I painted it.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna love that. And his favourite treats?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to come through and see him?
Yay!
He had his big surgery, it's all done now.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Come on.
Mama.
All right, let's go. You're right, Mama.
It's so wonderful to see 3 generations of a family here to visit Freddie, and it just gives me more incentive to get him home to the 3 mums that he's got.
Oh, please, I love you, little tiny boy. Oh, I love you. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Pussycat. And I'm your little friend. Don't you remember me?
Shall we pop him back in the bed and you can hang the picture up? Oh, he's gonna love that.
It's now time to say goodbye, but the thought of leaving Frederick for another night is devastating for 5-year-old Hope.
We don't want Freddie to see you crying because then he's gonna cry. Do you want him to cry? No, so we've got to be brave for Freddie. And you've got to think of the best possible picture you can draw for him. Hope is really upset to leave her best friend here in hospital, and the reality is that I don't know how long he's going to need to stay with us, and that's really difficult for a 5-year-old to understand.
Bye, Freddie. Bye, little man. Bye. Gonna lick my face.
It's been almost a week since 2-year-old Frederick arrived at Sash, unable to walk.
I love Frederick.
After invasive spinal surgery to repair his slipped disc, the little Dachshund has made a remarkable recovery and is now ready to go home.
We're here today to pick Frederick up. The house hasn't been the same without him. It's been very quiet, so we're looking forward to bringing him home.
For Charlene's daughter Hope, taking her best friend home is a dream come true.
I love him really much, and when he comes home, I'm going to give him a big hug. He's going to give me doggy kisses.
Come on. Let me see. Come here, Freddie. Wow. Look at you. Hey. Freddie, look at you. It's quite incredible to think that less than a week ago, this little dog couldn't walk. His back legs were paralyzed, and now he's walking. He's wobbly, but he's still walking, and that tail does not stop wagging, and I love to see that. You won't believe it's here. Look at that.
How are you? Hey, darling.
Oh, darling. How are you? What are you doing? You're a good
boy.
See Hope's face today, knowing that she is finally taking her best friend home. It's not a visit, no more goodbyes, he's going home with her. And that hug she gives me, well, that just explains it all.
Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You enjoy your best friend. I promised you I would get him back to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you for looking after Frederick.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Hope.
Bye.
See you later. Bye, Freddie.
And this week's number 1.
Do a consult in Bondi so that we can go to the beach.
In Sydney, twins Alison and Audrey Shen are on the road in their mobile vet clinic, heading to see a very special patient.
Sophia, the little sausage dog. She's a mini, tiny Dachshund who's had a bit of a tough time. She actually had spinal surgery. Her mum and dad love her. They absolutely dote on her. She's like the baby.
How could you not?
But you're going to want to steal her.
You distract the owner and I'll grab her and run.
Steal her. I'll put her in my handbag.
Okay, we're here.
So Dashies, they're prone to back issues because their backs are so long, and that the dynamics of it when they're running or going up and down stairs, they twist in the middle, and that makes them prone to slipping a disc or doing some back injury.
Hello, how are you guys? Look who it is, Sophie. Good girl. Hello. Okay, come through, guys.
As part of her recovery from spinal surgery, mini Dachshund Sophia has been having regular acupuncture.
You say hello, Sophie.
So how's she been?
Yeah, she's doing really, really well, I think. She's up and about and walking, which is fantastic, because we weren't sure if that was going to happen. We were out one night and we came home and unfortunately she was paralysed, the back legs, so we took her straight to the vet and yeah, they operated on her straight away, which was probably the best thing we did.
A combination of Western and traditional Chinese medicine is helping Sophia's recovery.
Acupuncture, is it mumbo jumbo?
Well, we know that it works on humans, so having it on animals is just the next step, really.
I think we're quite smart with using it. It's not just acupuncture to cure a condition. It's always an adjunct to conventional therapy.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple of points up here in the shoulder. It's a very good point for bone, so helps with, you know, any orthopedic surgeries, arthritis. I've got the treats. Should we give that to Auntie Audrey?
Shall I be
Your motivation in life.
Favourite. Yummy.
Yummy.
With the laser and the electroacupuncture, it's a lot easier to do rather than a needle. With the needles, they do have to stay in for a bit longer. With Sophia, she tolerates the laser and the electroacupuncture really well, so that's her preference.
So she'll just be feeling a little bit of a tingle, a bit like pins and needles.
I think she likes the heat.
So with acupuncture, it's a little bit different from Western medicine in the sense that we don't treat the symptom to make it go away. We sort of balance the body with energy and blood flow, and in that sense, the body will heal itself. So that's the basis of traditional Chinese medicine. So we're coming down to the injury point as well as the point that she's had her surgery. You'd be surprised, the animals that do have physiotherapy and acupuncture after the surgery, their recovery is a lot quicker than those that don't.
Yeah. So what does that feel like?
So I can do a little point on
do
you.
it, okay.
So it's just a little bit warm and there'll be a little bit of a pins and needles.
Okay.
Your hand like that.
Yeah. Can't really feel anything at all. A tiny bit of heat.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Good girl. You're doing this well.
Because of her injury and the dynamics of her back, you know, this is always going to be a weak area. It's at that pivot point of the spine.
Yeah.
So having regular acupuncture and physio to build up that strength and also for arthritis in the future.
It's so beautiful having the girls come to your house and they take such an interest in Sophia. They absolutely love her. Despite being very professional, I feel like they're my friends that are coming into my house and caring for my dog. They love her as much as I love her. About one more treat.
One more treat, Auntie.
Yes, Auntie Audrey's in charge of that one.
I think I brought a special.
You haven't had dinner. Oh, tasty. Oh, thank you.
No worries. It's a pleasure to meet her today.
You've been good today,
She's such a good girl.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.